Hey everyone, it's Jen back with another TV DVD collection video. So I'm gonna jump right into it. You can see a couple of spoilers right here. First one I'm gonna talk about is Max Headroom. If you're not like an 80s or 90s kid, you may not have ever heard of this show. Trying to think, when did it actually first come out? 1987. So I'm assuming when that was. So this show is basically considered a cult classic. Matt Frewer plays, a very young Matt Frewer and I think that's Amanda Pays. Matt Frewer plays a TV reporter who gets his mind gets digitized and creates this alter ego, Max Headroom, who I think was a character on MTV or something. And the show, it was very short-lived. It ran 2 seasons. I think it was 2 seasons. And it's set in the future. And it's, I don't know, I love this show. I haven't watched it in a long time. But I remember really enjoying it. And I wish I could say even more about it. But it has been quite a while now since I've watched it. But honestly, if you've never seen it, I definitely recommend it if you can track it down somehow. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere, but there's just a little info about the show, and it's just amazing to see how young Matt Frewer is. He's been in so much sort of genre type stuff. It's almost, it's not really a post-apocalyptic show, but it has, I guess, it kind of has that feel to it. So, in the first episode, called, let's see, Blipverts, Network 23's star reporter, Edison Carter, uncovers the sinister truth about the network's new advertising technology called Blipverts. The need to silence Carter leads to the creation of wonderkind Bryce Lynch's new technological wonder, Max Headroom. So the Max Headroom character can basically travel through all the TV and airwaves, and so he can sort of pop up wherever a television is, or I think a radio is on the screen, and he's very much like an alter ego to Edison. So let's see, there were, how many episodes? Let's see, 14 episodes, it looks like. Complete series. And these are just some of the bonus features. Yeah, Amanda Pays. Oh, Jeffrey Tambor was in this too. Chris Young. Let's see who's... Oh, there's Jeffrey Tambor there. Honestly, I should watch it again soon, because I really haven't watched it in quite a while. Put this one aside. Okay, and then this is the... this is disc 5. So 5 disc total. I'm just going to take a look at what's on this. If anything. Synaptic analysis. And then, okay, and these are like bonus features. Dystopia. We call it a dystopia. It's a very post-apocalyptic feeling dystopia. I feel like this is almost hypnotic. Like I could do a video with just this and hypnotize you. Or maybe not, I don't know. If that wants to get in there. Okay, that's not working for me. Alright, so we're going to talk about Moonlighting. And this is another 80s show. And this show is amazing. And this is how Bruce Willis became famous. Let's see, what do I actually have? I've got seasons 1 and 2, which are the best seasons. Season 3. And season 5. I think I have season 4 somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I definitely have all of them, I think. So I watched this show. When it originally aired back in the 80s, and it starred Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis. And Sybil Shepherd owned a detective agency, and Bruce Willis worked in the agency, and I don't know. I watched it again, I want to say about 2 or 3 years ago, and it actually holds up really, really well. The only thing that really doesn't is, of course, her clothing, like her style, like it's just very, very 80s. But the show itself and the writing actually holds up really well. At least for the first couple of seasons. The later seasons completely fall apart. They were terrible at the time. And a lot of it just had to do with, like, ego stuff. Where, like, to the point where Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd refused to even be, like, in the same, like, room together performing. And, you know, I think the series was originally set as, like, she was the star. She was supposed to be the star. And he was just a supporting character. And, of course, things changed. So that's Sybil Shepherd there. Oh, and there's Bruce. And there's just so many amazing episodes in this show. And some of them are actually, like, kind of later. This is Ms. DePesto. Ms. DePesto. And it's not only, like, a detective show. Like, they solve cases. And, yeah, I was, like, realizing, like, the last time I watched it, like, in the first season, like, the show is, like, it's, like, basically a comedy detective series. Like, it's definitely, everything's played for laughs, and yet during the first season, and I don't know if maybe I just stopped paying attention in season 2, but in the first season, somebody dies, like, every single episode. And I was like, this is supposed to be a comedy, but it's so good. If you've never seen it, I really recommend it. And, like, I mean, you can see, like, I mean, Bruce Willis today, he's just such a sellout and I don't even know what to say about him. I used to really, really like him, but, like, he just so doesn't give a shit anymore. So, but if you watch this series, like, you can just really, really see, like, why he became a big star. Like he did. It's just, he's just so, just completely charismatic. And But at the same time, I do think that the writers really did Sybil Shepherd dirty. Like, I don't know, her character over the course of the series just becomes more and more unappealing. Unfortunately, the way she's written. Oh my god, why can't I pull this out of here? I don't want to rip it. Hold on a second. Okay, that's better. So, oh my god, I ripped it anyway. So, let's see. I'm just looking for specific episodes I wanted to point out, if I can find them. Okay, so I'm sorry, I just lost the plot here. Alright, so there's this episode called Episode 9, called The Dream Sequence Always Rings Twice. Dave and Maddie each dream their own solutions to an unsolved 1946 murder case after hearing the story while finishing an investigation. I believe that's where this cover image comes from. And it's like, if I'm thinking of the correct episode, this is one of the first really great episodes on this show. And it is, there's this whole dream sequence with Billy Joel music, and it's just, I don't know, you can probably find it on YouTube. This show's, I don't know, this show's actually just a really, really great show for at least the first 2 seasons. So that's my caveats. So season 3, I want to say season 4 is probably the worst season. I don't know. Maybe that's why I don't have it. But I'm sure I've got it around somewhere. I'm sure I owned it. So here's Sybil Shepherd again. You can see he was already starting to lose his hair. So these are all stuck. I really kind of like, one of the reasons I've kept these, although I don't know, I'm reconsidering it now, but I love these kind of holographic cases. It's really cool. I mean, these are cool. They're cool. So the whole thing's holographic. Alright, so in this season, absolute amazing episode called what is it now? So it's the Atomic Shakespeare episode. And it is, I don't know why I'm getting so much shine more than I normally do. A boy hoping to watch Moonlighting, but forced to study Shakespeare, instead daydreams about the cast performing their own version of The Taming of the Shrew, complete with Petruchio Dave and Kate Maddie. So they do this entire episode in iambic pentameter. And also, this is the other thing about this show. Like, this show was, like, really broke the fourth wall more than any other show. Pretty much. Like, this show set the standard for fourth wall breaks. So, this episode, like, acknowledges that Moonlighting is a TV show. And then this one, It's a Wonderful Job. A depressed Maddie gets a chance to see what her life and the rest of the Blue Moon staff would be like if she had sold the agency as she originally intended. There's definitely some good episodes in season 3. One of the issues, though, as it gets further into the series and they were less willing to work together is there's like multiple episodes that are almost entirely about the supporting characters who work in the detective agency, which is this character called Agnes DePesto and, excuse me, this character whose name I can't remember, but he is such an annoying character. Like, I don't mind Agnes that much, but his character is so freaking annoying. And I'm just looking to see if I can find his name anywhere. Bert Viola. Oh my god. He's such an annoying character that finally it got to a point where, like, if the episode started and I hadn't seen either Sybil or Dave or Bruce Willis in like the first 10 minutes, I would just stop watching it. But, and actually, like, when I watched this show a couple of years ago, I skipped those episodes. Alright, so there's Moonlighting. Let me put these ones back together. But I do, despite the negative things I've said about it, I do recommend watching it. Just because, I don't know. It does have a lot of smart writing in it. It's clever. It's a very clever show. And it's just unfortunate what kind of happened to it. You know, but who's to say whose fault it was? I do think that around the time there may have also been a writing strike going on, a writer's strike going on towards the later seasons, and that might have affected the quality as well, but I don't know, I'd have to, like, Google it, I guess. So here's season 5, which is in a completely different packaging. Here's the packaging for this. I'm very curious where season 4's gotten off to. Yeah, I think the issue is I've got the lighting behind me now, so I'm gonna move this table. Right. I'll put this here. Alright, I just moved the table. So next up we have The Shield. This show's freaking amazing. And I have watched it all the way through twice. Just moving these other ones out of the way for the moment, because I know I have more Shield here. I'm sorry, the cats are going crazy. Hold on one second. Alright, so this is the show set in Los Angeles, a corrupt squad of cops, and Vic Mackey plays the, what is his name? Oh my god, Vic Mackey is the name of the character. This is a guy who's in let's see. Does it say the actors' names? How's the actors' names on this? Oh, here we go. Season 1 cast. Detective Vic Mackey, played by Michael Chiklis. Danielle Sofer, played by Catherine Dent. Shane Vendrell is played by Walton Goggins. Julian Lowe is played by Michael Chase. Curtis Lemonhead Lemansky, played by Kenneth Johnson. Holland Dutch Wagenbach, played by Jay Carnes. David Aceveda, played by Benito Martinez. And Claudette Wims, played by C.C.H. Pounder. So this show, I think I said this already. I've seen it all the way through twice, and I just, oh my god, I love Vic Mackey. He's such a well-written character, and he's just so interesting to me. And the first time I watched the show, I wasn't super crazy about Walton Goggins' character, Shane Vendrell, but he is a great character too. So these are the DVDs. I think it ran 5 seasons. I don't know if I have every season. I think I have just the early ones because I was able to stream the later ones. So you can see the different characters. So that's Michael Chiklis, C.C.H. Pounder. What was Benito Martinez, I think. This is the character playing Dutch. The actor playing Dutch is Jay Carnes. That character gets dumped on a lot in this show, and yet he's probably one of the smartest characters in the show. And then, let's see, what we got. It is Los Angeles. Episodes. There's Walton Goggins there. So the writing on this show, I wouldn't say that it's as good as The Wire, but it is well written. It's much more heavy-handed. The writing's very heavy-handed. In a way, I don't know. I don't know what's in here. Oh. What's this? Oh, I guess it's just a little advertisement for the next season. Coming soon. It was in the season 2. Insert, little insert there. So, yeah, so I did not watch this show when it first aired. I think I watched it later. So I'm not quite sure why I don't have all of the seasons here, but I also had so when I was living in Lake Powell, I had stupidly loaned a co-worker a bunch of TV shows to watch, and then a couple of weeks later, they got fired. And I never saw most of them again. So I was out a bunch of shows, and it could have been like, it might have been a season of one show here, a season of another show there, because they had been giving them back to me as they had watched them, and then all of a sudden, you know, so now I would never lend out more than one show at a time. So Crusade is a spin-off of Babylon 5. If you've ever watched I wish I had at least one of the little flyers or artwork for this. It was very short-lived. This is the complete series. Let's see. And it is... I'm not even sure how to describe it. Gary Cole, I think, is in it. Trying to think else who in it. There's a couple of people in it who pop up in a lot of other sort of genre type stuff. And it is... I can't remember how far on after Babylon 5 it's set. Actually, I think it might be simultaneous with... I think it actually, now that I think about it, might be simultaneous with, like, maybe season 5 of Babylon 5, which I've never completely watched. I watched seasons 1 through 4, and then I think I started watching season 5, and I just couldn't get into it. So I don't think I ever finished it. I'll have to check. But I really enjoyed the first 4 seasons of Babylon 5. It's definitely one of the greatest science fiction series ever made. And this show is not nearly as good. But I think it could have gotten better, like, if it had a chance to do so. So they did, like, 1 season, and it wasn't, I'm pretty sure it wasn't even a full season. There was probably, like, maybe 12 or 13 episodes or something, so I'd have to look it up, but that's what I think is probably the case. So I'm not going to pull these out because there's no artwork in here. So Alias, another one of my favorite shows. I want to say I have every season here. I've got, let's see, complete second season, season 3. Alright, this is part of second season. I actually, for some reason, have this as well, which I'm not sure why. I don't know. I guess I might have picked it up. I must have picked these up at different times. So, Alias is one of those shows, and that's Jennifer Garner. Oh my god, you know who else got their start on this show? Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper. Really, like, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything prior to Alias. So this is the complete first season. Michael Vartan. Victor Garber. There's so many great people on this series. And it's just a very fun, popcorn, completely unrealistic show that, sort of like Person of Interest, goes in a very science fiction-y direction, in my opinion. So it's very, very fun show. And Jennifer Garner, I just love her anyway. The story has only begun. Alias, season 3. Expect the unexpected. She's known for all the different wigs she wore in this show. Honestly, like, two of my favorite characters on this show are her father and her mother. They're some of the best characters. It's fun. So she starts out where she's doing cases. She's a spy working for the CIA. And it just goes crack to Cracktown after that. Michael Vartan. Season 3. That's what is his name? I guess Ron something or other, right? The discs. Honestly, I need to put these into some plastic cases. There's no reason to hold this box when I haven't held any of the other boxes. But you can see on here, like, she wears different wigs in almost every episode. It's fun. It's a very fun show. Let's see. This is the name of the cast at all. Alright, and then here's second season. Let's take a look. These cats are going crazy, I swear. Every time I start recording, they start going nuts. Let's see, so I want to say Alias probably ran like 5 seasons. What have I got? I've got season 2, 3, I don't know. I think this is one of those shows where I loaned out a bunch of DVDs and never got them back. So, I watched the show when it originally aired. Oh my god, this character, I hate this character so much. She's so annoying. So I watched the show when it originally aired, and then I've watched it at least once, binge watched it. And that's the actress playing Sydney's mother. Sydney Bristow is the name of the main character that Jennifer Garner plays. Let's see, over here, we're almost done. I'm gonna just keep going. So Miracles is, I have never finished this set of DVDs. Let's see, if I remember correctly, Skeet Ulrich is in this, and it's a show about investigating miracles. Yes, that's helpful, I know. But that's all I remember about it. So I don't think I've ever watched that all the way through. Probably just a thrift store pickup. Smallville, I'm going to put this aside for a minute. We can talk about that last. Odyssey 5. Oh my god, I love this show so much. Another show that was sadly ended before its time. I feel like this is the case with most of this show. So Peter Weller is in this show. I absolutely love him. Buckaroo Banzai, one of my favorite movies. He's so great. Oh, not only Buckaroo Banzai, but RoboCop, the original RoboCop. And then Christopher Gorham, Sebastian Roche, I think. And then I can't remember the name of the other 2 characters. So this show, all right, here we go. A team of astronauts is sent 5 years back in time in an effort to stop the Earth from being destroyed. So these astronauts are in space, and this is in the pilot. They're in space, and they watch the Earth basically get destroyed. Like, it completely burns, and then I think explodes. And then something happens, and they're all sent back into their own bodies. It's like their mind jumps back 5 years. So in the show, Christopher Gorham, he's an astronaut just like his father. So Peter Weller and him in the show are related. And so when they go back, they're in a 5-year younger body with all of their memories intact and everything. And the whole show is basically about them fucking things up even worse than they're already fucked. Like, I don't know. It's really good. It's dark. Like, I'm sure the end result of this show was never going to be a happy ending. But it's, I love it so much. It's really great. And it only had one season. So, yeah, 15 episodes. That's it. And it ends on, like, I mean, there's no resolution of any kind. I think it probably even ends on a cliffhanger. And speaking of shows that were canceled before their time, this right here is probably, like, if I could only pick one show to ever watch again of all the DVDs that I have, it would be this one. I would keep this series. I absolutely love the Terminator. Like, honestly, I love the whole world of the Terminator, but this show in particular, I think, is like the only one since Terminator 2 that really does the characters justice. I'm sorry, the cats are completely crazy. So, let's see, if you are a fan of Game of Thrones, you would probably recognize Sarah Connor. Is that Lena Headey? I don't know. I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones, so. And then the other character from Firefly. Let's see. This is just the artwork. The artwork for the show is really cool. Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles. Complete second season. Yeah, Lena Headey. So, this cast is so good. Almost every character in this cast is good, except for this character, and it's really no fault of the actress. It's just a terrible character. Oh my god, why is this not? Oh, there we go. Riley Dawson. Super annoying character. Why is this not? Okay. And then this is Thomas Dekker. He plays John Connor. Brian Austin Green, who is so great in this show and was so unexpected to me. He played a super dorky character in the original Beverly Hills 90210. And he is just so great in this show. He plays Derek Reese. He plays Kyle Reese's brother, sent back in time. Garrett Dillahunt is an artificial life form called John Henry. Well, he doesn't start that way. He's a Terminator. He's the main Terminator, probably, I guess you could say. And then this character is Agent James Ellison. And Shirley Manson is Catherine Weaver, who is a completely, like, she's not a movie character. So, wow, this show is so good. And it ended on a freaking cliffhanger. So, and it was gonna jump to the future. Like, I don't know, we've never, it was gonna be so good. I don't know. I feel like I'm almost ready to watch it again. I've watched it so many times. I know. I just love it. Even, like, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely several episodes that kind of annoy the hell out of me. like there's a kind of almost like a romantic subplot for John. It's just like, why? I don't know, I guess to capture the teen audience. So, and then here's a little booklet for the second season. Oh, there's a booklet for the first season. Alright, so here's just kind of some of the... And Summer Glau, I could never get into Firefly, but she is really good in this. Kind of almost creepy, scary. Creepy, well, more creepy than scary. She's a Terminator. There's Brian Austin Green. And there's, yeah, so she's the Terminator sent back to protect John this time. Okay, let's pull this one out. Terminator Chronicles, the complete first season. Oh, so this one doesn't have a full book with it. It just did not have the audience. I don't know which network it aired on. Probably Fox, right? 20th Century Fox, wouldn't it have been? But it just couldn't find an audience. I think it had like good critical reviews. I don't know. It's a shame. I feel like most of my very favorite shows were all canceled very early on. Or not, okay, not every favorite show, but quite a few. Alright, so we don't have too many left. Brotherhood. Jason Isaacs. And let's see who else is in this. Who plays John Connor on, oh, was it Terminator Genesis? I think he plays John Connor in. Which I actually didn't hate like most people did. I actually kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than Terminator Salvation. Terminator Salvation, in my opinion, was a complete shit show. I actually enjoyed Terminator Genesis more than that, just as a piece of popcorn entertainment. So, Brotherhood is, I want to say it probably ran 2 seasons. It's like a mob show, like a mobster show, set in Providence, Rhode Island. Irish mobsters. And the 2 brothers on the show are Jason Isaacs and this guy whose name escapes me at the moment. Jason Clark. 2 Jasons, Jason Isaacs and Jason Clark. So one brother is the upstanding brother, state representative. He's a state representative. And the other brother is the local Irish mob boss. That's Jason Isaacs' character. And I love Jason Isaacs. Ever since The Patriot, where he plays the bad guy. But he's been in a ton of stuff too. He was in, oh my god. What was that movie? Armageddon. He was in Armageddon. That's probably one of the first things I saw him in. Of course, he was Lucius Malfoy. Right? Lucius Malfoy. He's done a ton of stuff. So this is a pretty good show. Nothing amazing, but it's entertaining. Stargate. So I have watched the entire 10-season run of Stargate through multiple times, probably in terms of just absolute just popcorn shows. It's my favorite popcorn show. I only own the movies that were done after the original series because you can pretty much watch the show streaming somewhere anytime you want. So, but I do own this one and then the other one. I think there were two, weren't there? So I'm sure you're all familiar. I mean, I can't imagine. Okay, maybe I'm just a total nerd, but I just love all the Stargate stuff. I've watched all 3 series, and I would love for them to do another one at some point. Stephen King's The Stand. This is the original miniseries. The one with Rob Lowe in it. As a deaf guy? Oh, there's not much on here. Alright, so this is the cast. Gary Sinise, Molly Ringwald, Jamie Sheridan. Jamie Sheridan plays Randall Flagg. Laura San Giacomo, Ruby Dee, Ossie Davis, Miguel Ferrer, Corin Nemec, Matt Frewer. He plays, I think Matt Frewer plays Trash Can Man. Adam Stork, Ray Walston, and Rob Lowe. So I have not seen the new version of The Stand, the one with, is it Whoopi? Whoopi Goldberg? I don't know. So, but I do like this one. It's cheesy, but I don't know. What isn't, right? What Stephen King thing isn't cheesy? And then Defying Gravity. I mentioned in one of my other videos that I pick up TV shows when I was living in like places like Yellowstone and Lake Powell. If I went and visit a thrift store, I would just grab whatever sort of science fiction-y type TV shows that might look interesting if they were cheap enough. I haven't gotten around to watching this one at all. So I think I might have watched the first episode. Let's see, what does it say about it? Be the first to discover the celestial sensation of the year, the sexy, provocative space thriller, Defying Gravity. I feel like this might be a Canadian show. I feel like it might be Canadian. In the near future, an international team of 4 men and 4 women undertakes the most ambitious exploration in the history of mankind. A 6-year grand tour of the solar system. But space travel is a fool's game. Passions rise, relationships blossom, and tensions mount. As veteran astronaut Maddox Donner, played by Ron Livingston, and his vivacious crewmates rocket toward their mysterious destiny, driven by a dark, otherworldly force to the very edge of madness and beyond. Discover a remarkable show unlike any other. Discover Defying Gravity. It ran for 1 season. I'm pretty sure it ran just for 1 season. I don't know. Could I be wrong about that? I don't know. I've just never gotten around to watching it. And then last, and we'll be done with the TV DVDs. I'll take a break from DVDs for a while. I have still more to show you, but I'll probably take a break for a bit. So Smallville, I only have the first season, but I have seen every season of Smallville. And I have 2 copies of it because I had loaned this out to somebody and I had gotten it all back except for 1 disc. And then I was able to replace that missing disc for $1.50. I got this at a thrift shop. And now it's like, I don't know, it's streaming. I'm pretty sure it's streaming. I don't know if it's on Netflix. This is one of those shows that it's a CW show, typical CW show. It's pretty fun. The guy who plays Lex Luthor is so good in it, Michael Rosenbaum, and then I really like Tom Welling as Clark Kent. The most annoying character on the show is Kristen Kruk, who plays Lana Lang, and then Allison What's-Her-Face, who's now going to jail or is already in jail for being a cult leader or something. One of the cult leaders. The cult's co-leader. So this is all falling apart. I just need to pull all these out and just keep the ones I need. So, and this show went up and down a lot. It was very not consistent in quality at all. And I tried to watch it again recently, and I just couldn't. So I don't even know why I keep the DVDs, but I probably won't get rid of them. Yeah, so it's very, very, like, it ran for like 10 years, and the quality of it is extremely inconsistent, but it's one that it would actually get bad and then get better again. So it kind of kept me hooked. Plus, half my friends watched it, and we used to talk about it every week, so that's like one of the reasons I kept watching it. This is a kind of social type thing. But that is basically all of the television DVDs I own. It's not, I mean, I would say half the stuff I own is not even my favorite shows. Like, you know, I don't own most of Stargate or Stargate Atlantis. And yet I've watched all of those like multiple times. I don't own Babylon 5. I don't own Fringe or, what else? Fringe is one of my favorite shows. I don't own Lost. Those are all up in my favorite shows, but they're easy to stream, so I don't feel the need to buy them. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this series of TV DVD collection videos, and if you'd like to see more of my ASMR style videos, please subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that notification button and say hello in the comments. Bye bye.